Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Yamil Francisco, and I help people get divorced in the state of Florida through divorceinfloridaonline.com. I am not an attorney, and I do not provide legal advice. Nothing in our video, in any of our videos, in our channel, social media, and web pages should be considered legal advice because I am not an attorney. If you need to speak to an attorney, we do offer a service. It's a legal plan where you can speak to an attorney, have them um, review your documents, paperwork, and give you the legal advice that you seek. The link will be in the description box. Okay. Now, I want to talk today about divorce when there's children, meaning children, not adults, minor children. And there's a few things that sometimes people don't understand about filing for a divorce with children. And one of them is that, number one, at least in the state of Florida, the word custody is not used. The word that's used in the state of Florida is actually both parents have the same parental rights and responsibility. So, in other words, if you are a mother and you have the children with you and the father does every other day, whatever, that doesn't, every other weekend, that doesn't mean that that parent doesn't have the same rights that you have. Meaning they get to be invited to teacher parent conferences, doctor's appointments, etc. And they have a right to see their children even if they're not helping financially. The financial, meaning child support part, is separate from the rights and responsibilities that the other non-custodial, non-residential parent has. Um, the word custody is not really used because in the state of Florida, both parents have the same responsibilities. That's just how it is. One of the things that we've been facing with lately is that I get a lot of calls in our office at 800-474-1970 at telling us, well, yeah, I want to file for divorce, but I don't want my ex to pay child support because I make enough money and whatnot. And here's the thing, child support is the law. It's the law. And I'm going to say it again, child support, it's the law. It's money that the children have a right to get, and we don't get to decide. As a mother myself, I don't get to decide that the children don't need it. That's it's their lawful right to receive that assistance from the non-residential parent. And um and I know that how difficult sometimes that is to understand that, and I sympathize for those people that find that they feel that they cannot get divorced unless they don't make put that in the paperwork, because the ex won't sign it, or refuses or whatever. And here's the deal: if that happens, you can still get a divorce. You just need to get the other person served. What that means is that the divorce documents are prepared, they're filed in court, and then the sheriff or a private process server, which is the way that we prefer to do it, will get your ex served either at their residence or at their place of employment. That means that your ex will have 20 days to respond to the court with their financial statement and their answer if they're in agreement or not in agreement with what they read on the petition. And if it's done, like, I like to submit the petition along with a proposed parenting plan so that they know where as your if you're the custodial parent, where you're heading, your mind is. So and then that person can decide, yeah, that will work or not work. And then once they submit their financial affidavit, that's what it's called, then child support can be calculated, and then the court will add that to the final judgment. um, it is extremely important that whoever is the residential parent understand that that is there for the children. I know that there is some kind of feeling about child support being used for plastic surgery or used in the wrong way. But if the custodial parent is having a roof over the head, if the custodial parent is paying for toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, soap, food, um, clothing, $5 or $10 for school every day, for lunches or whatever, field trips, the school needs this, if the custodial parent has to provide all those things, it's only normal that that money helps to cover those expenses: electricity, internet, cell phones. Now it seems like everybody has a cell phone nowadays. And so there are expenses that you are going to have as a residential parent, and it's the court expects the non-residential parent to contribute to those expenses so that you don't have to go in and ask for welfare. That's what they expect. Now, I know that a lot of mothers, such as me, make enough money. We don't need it. We got this. I have a great job. When you have a great job, that's fantastic. But there could be uh, sickness. There's been times that one of my children was getting hospitalized frequently, and during that period of time, my income really decreased, and that child support, it was even just minimal. I don't get a lot of child support, but that little bit of money really helped me maintain, kind of supplement for the things. And when I don't need the money, it goes into a savings account for the children. So, but that's my decision, and I do it that way. But the bottom line is that if something happens to me, I know that that assistance is, my ability to earn. I know that that money is there, and that can go into savings account, emergency fund, college, school, whatever, for the children. Okay. Another thing that I get asked a lot is I'll have a mother or father, residential parent, will call me and say, "Oh yeah, I want to take all the rights. I don't, I want to have full custody." And number one, like I said before, custody is not a thing. You both have the same rights and responsibilities. So when I get, for example, a mother that will tell me, "Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't care about the children. I just want, no, they don't, no rights for them." Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, because both of you have the same rights and responsibilities to the children. And the court is just not going to say, "Oh yeah, he doesn't, you know, let go of him." If the court will allow the non-residential parent, and let's say the father, to have as much access and as much involvement as they want with the child, with the children. Okay. Because in the court's mind, the judge's mind, what's best for the children is to have both parents in their life. And, you know, there's lots of books and lots of research about this, how children are impacted through divorce process and after the divorce. So it's important, the court wants to know and wants to see that both parents are involved, or at least have the ability to be involved if they so wish to be. So the court will not remove a father rights just because someone doesn't want that. Just because someone does not, a mother feels that, no, the child is mine. And I've seen, we do cases where people, they were not married, but there is a process called establishing parental rights and responsibilities, which we do in our office, where we help non-residential parents to have, like, a judge give them visitation and so forth, because the residential parent refused for the children to see their father or the mother, whoever that however that works. So I just want to reiterate again that what the court wants is that both parents have equal access to the children, that the children are taken care of, that the children have the resources they need to thrive, and that they have a mother and a father involved in their life if the non-residential parent wishes to have that access and have that spending time with the children. Another thing that I get asked about is about child support. How does that come into play? So child support, it's more than just a simple number. Child support is based on like different tiers of information. So the first thing is income, the residential parent income, the non-residential parent income. So, if I make 2,000 and he makes 4,000, okay? For example, so that's not a 50-50 split. That is obviously a different split. That would be 40-60 split. So I will be responsible for 40% of what the court feels is required for that child to maintain that child. And then 60% for the whoever makes 60% more. So that's the first layer. The second layer is expenses, and there's three expenses that really count. There's medical insurance. Who pays the medical insurance for that child or that children? And daycare expenses, after school program expenses, and um, out of pocket expenses such as braces, things that are monthly. Okay, so those expenses, whoever pays for those expenses gets a credit from based on that percentage. So if I'm paying for, let's say, $100 in braces a month, and I make 40%, so I will be responsible for 40%. If my income percentage is 40%, I'm paying for 40%, even though I may pay $100, but I get the $40 that I gave back. I get back actually the 60% if the other parent has 60. If I 40% my income, 60% his income, then he's responsible for reimbursing me $60, and that goes part of the child support. So I'll keep paying the $100 for they braces, but monthly. But the child support is gonna show the $60 back to me because I paid the whole 100%, and I get the 60% back. And the next layer would be based on overnights. That's not during the day. That's actual overnights. If there are more than 72 overnights a year, then child support will be, there's another layer of percentages where that's another calculation. And you can get that for free. If you Google child support guidelines in Florida, you can actually download the form that, and you can actually do the calculations. If you know the income of the other party, you can actually do the calculations and you'll know how much child support is. There's also online calculations that include these items. Make sure that whatever calculator online you use has those items. But once you get to that number, then that's the number. And then based on the overnights, there's another layer. Okay, so what's the percentage of overnights in each parent's house? And then that's another layer used for that. It is So that's how child support is calculated. And again, that if it's a mutual agreement, that's got to be part of the marital settlement agreement. If it's not a mutual agreement, the court, through mediation, will usually do those calculations and send that to the judge so that it can be incorporated in the final judgment during a final hearing. All right. So if you have any questions about any of this, my number is 800-474-1970. You can request, if you live in Florida, the children must live in Florida. Um, you can get a free quote 24, 7 days a week on our website, divorceinfloridaonline.com. And you just answer a few questions and you'll get a quote emailed to you where you can see how much we charge, and also there'll be attached a video there explaining our process. And if you want to talk to actually an attorney and get legal advice and looking for some kind of affordable way of doing that, we do have a plan, a legal plan that we offer. Well, we don't, we sell it as part of our company, and I can give you that information as well. And or there will be a link in our description box, where you can go ahead and do that, as well as a link to our website and so forth. So I thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the best. If we don't, there's a lot of other content in our website. So if you could subscribe, hit that thumbs up button so I know that this content resonates and helps you in any way. All right. Take care, and until the next video. Bye.